Welcome guys to this season I'm going to start my NFL picks, talk about the spread of this week of the 18 weeks of the NFL season. I'm going to do this every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. So if you're be here or just guys, just you know what I mean, just be here. Give me your picks in the comments as well. Give me your picks on this weekend's games in the comments and also the Monday game. We start off with last night's game. The Bills versus the Rams. The Rams, well, great, I'm going to go in more detail about the Rams when I get to the recap on Tuesday. But they had a minus 2.5 to the Bills. They had a great game last night. And then we go to the Monday game, which is a big game. We have Russell Wilson versus Drew Locke, and he's against his old head coach in Pete Carroll. And I'm going to go for the Broncos. I talked about the Seahawks. They didn't get a quarterback. They've lost Bobby Wagner. They're relying on a 71-year head coach for this rebuild. They're giving Pete Carroll a deal till 2025 to get this rebuild fixed. I look at Seattle, and I said in my preview earlier in the week, they're going to struggle really hard, and I'm going to go for a minus 6.5 on the spread for the Monday game. Then the late Sunday games, we have the Chiefs versus the Cardinals. I look at the Cardinals this season. They're not going to have DeAndre Hopkins for 6 weeks. I know they got Trey McBride. I'm interested to see what he does at the cornerback position. But again, I look at the Chiefs. They're going to be still contenders, even though they've lost a couple of big names in the offseason. They're still going to be contenders. So I've gone for a 6.5 for the Chiefs on the spread. And then the Giants versus the Titans, minus five for the Titans. Colts versus Texans, give me Texans plus the 8 points. Jags versus the Commanders, oh my god. Commanders and Jags. I've gone for the Commanders minus the 2.5 again. Carson Wentz versus Trevor Lawrence again. I like Doug Pearson as a head coach. I think he's one of the best. He's going to be really good for Trevor Lawrence. But again, the one thing that Jags didn't do, because again, how much of a dumpster fire it is, there's no weapons around. Who's he going to fucking throw to? You know what I mean? Like, there's no wide receivers or tight ends or offensive linemen he can throw to. Like, come on, in the passing game and shit like that. So I've gone for the Commanders to win by 2.5, minus 2.5, and then the Ravens versus the Jets. I've gone for the Ravens to win here, minus 7. We have New England versus the Dolphins. It's a divisional game. Mike McDaniel's first game as a head coach in the NFL. I'm really excited to see him, Mike McDaniel's, this year. Can he get the best out of Tua? This is what I said in my preview, I think it was a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Can he get the best out of Tua? This is a big season for Tua. He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got a lot of weapons around Tua now. It's all about if Tua can deliver, and if Tua's not the dude, then that's it. You're in like your third year with Tua. Like, is he the dude or not? But I've gone for, shockingly, I'm going to go for a Dolphins win, minus 3.5. I've gone for that for the spread. I'm probably going to be getting loads of Patriots fans going, what the fuck are you talking about? But I look at the Dolphins, and they could surprise a couple of teams this year, especially with they don't have that idiot Brian Flores as a head coach anymore. They have an actual coach, and I love Mike McDaniel's press conferences. He sounds like a bit like Tony Khan, but again, I like his enthusiasm, and he's going to really energize that team, and he's going to get that spirit back for that team. So I've gone for minus 2.5 for the Commanders. No, for the 3.5, minus 3.5 for the Dolphins. And then we have the Eagles versus... Then we have the Eagles versus the Lions. Minus the 4 for the Eagles. I'm going to go for Eagles minus the 4. Then we have the Steelers versus the Bengals, a new era in Pittsburgh with Kenny Pickett as the starting... Well, he's not going to be the starting quarterback. It's actually going to be Mitch Trubisky. So great with that you're going to draft a quarterback in Kenny Pickett, but you're going to start him. You're not going to start in week 1 to see what he is and see how he can adjust to the NFL. You're going to start Mitch Trubisky, the guy that was in Chicago for 4 years and didn't do shit in Chicago. Okay, you can say Nagy was this, Nagy was that. He wasn't a good. The bottom line is that Mitch Trubisky, he isn't that dude. He's not a good quarterback. But for this, I've gone for a Bengals win. I like how they've got the protection around on that. They've worked on the offensive line. They've worked on that defense in this offseason. And Burrow's got a lot of protection around him now. So I'm going for the Bengals, and I'm going for 6.5, minus 6.5 on the spread. Then we have the 49ers versus the Bears. Bears football. That's right. These are the early Sunday games. And I've gone for the 49ers. The 49ers minus 7.5. Trey Lance has to start Sunday. The Saints versus the Falcons. Two teams in transition. Both like you look at the quarterbacks. Is Desmond Ridder going to be starting week 1? Who's going to be starting quarterback for the Saints? So I'm going to go for a Falcons win minus add the 5.5. Then we have the Browns versus the Panthers. Again, the Browns have Deshaun Watson, but again he's suspended for 6 or 7 games. So and then the Panthers they've got a quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So I'm gonna go for a Panthers win minus 2.5 on the spread. Then we have the Packers versus the Vikings. I look at this game, I'm like, I want to say Green Bay, but again, I look at them and I'm like, they got Sammy Watkins at wide receiver. He's no Devontae Adams. I look at the Vikings and I'm really interested to see how Kevin O'Connell is as a head coach in the NFL. So I'm going to go for, I picked here on the spread, Vikings win minus, add the 2 on the spread. And then we have the Raiders versus the Chargers. Khalil Mack in San Diego, well, in California. And versus Derek Carr. It's going to be Herbert versus Carr. I'm going to go for a Chargers win minus 3. And then the final game, well, to actually open the Sunday games, is going to be last year's opening game of the season, which was the Bucs versus the Cowboys. Big loss for the Cowboys this offseason was Amari Cooper. They still got a franchise quarterback in Dak Prescott, but in my opinion, for this pick, I've gone for the Bucs to win by minus 2.5 in the spread. So I'll have all the picks of my predictions for week 1 in the comments. Leave your guys' thoughts and predictions in the comments for week 1. Peace.